Menu settings for aim flex. On the right side we have a set of gears. That'll take us into our settings. The first thing that pops up is the system settings. Underneath system settings you can see we can put in a self-test speed. The self-test speed will be used for stationary spraying, checking for leaks, troubleshooting, various things like that. If we go into user settings, most of these settings will be preset for you. They do have question marks. If you're not sure what something is, it has a description as to what it is. The one in here that you're probably going to use is Enable Wireless Control. By checking that, you can use the phone app or the optional Bluetooth Raven remote so that you can walk around the boom and turn the system or the sections or nozzles on or off one at a time and check spray patterns and check for leaks. When we page across, you can see we have our speed cal, our override seconds, as well as some other options. When we go into tank fill settings, this is where we can tell it the tank is full, preset a determined amount, set our lower tank limit. This machine has the fill flow meter, so we have a cal number for that fill flow meter, so that as you meter the product in, it automatically registers on the monitor. You put 1,000 gallons in on top of 1,000, it would take it to 2,000 if the tank will hold it. Alarm settings. This is where we set the presets for all the various alarms. Those should be factory set. Preset settings. In a previous video I talked about setting rate and pressure presets so that you can toggle them easily on the fly in the field. This is where we set that. Rate presets, if I want 5 and 7, I can preset those here. As well with pressure. I can preset my pressure presets and have those set up here. Rate delta and pressure delta are the values that the plus minus buttons change either the rate or the pressure. I can set those to my preference. Gauges toggle quick key selection. If this is not checked when you tap on the gauges on the home screen, it will not toggle these icons between the plus, minus, and the rate. Product control settings. Most of these values should be factory set and will very likely not need to be set. This is where we'll go if we're having an issue with rate surging or things like that. We also have our flow meter cal on the second page. If you feel that your tank rates aren't working out right, that is the number that we are going to adjust up or down to get the rates proper. Most times the factory cal number is good. If you're having trouble with that, contact a service department or one of your product specialists, and we can help you out in those situations. Pressure settings. We can set a min and maximum pressure that will allow the system to run at, response rates. These numbers should be factory set and shouldn't need to be played with. With the boom pressure cal and sparge pressure cal, if you notice when your system's shut off and your system is reading some pressure or your pressures are out, you can go in, shut the pressure off, bleed off the pressure on the system so that everything's at 0, and you can manually set these to 0 to zero out the gauges. This may need to be done occasionally.